Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Daily Delivery. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. Kansas State looked pretty darn good in its win over Arizona State in the first round of the Big 12 tournament on Tuesday in Kansas City. Coleman Hawkins goes for 26 points as the Wildcats win 71-66 to advance into Wednesday's 6 p.m. game with the Baylor Bears. I want to talk about Coleman Hawkins and how magnificent he was on Tuesday and how frustrating it is to watch him be magnificent and not do it more often. But I'll get into that. But I got to remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's French for channel, in case you didn't know that. And in this channel, we cover Kansas State sports and other things that affect Kansas State, including Coleman Hawkins scoring 26 stinking points against Arizona State. He started just red hot. He was 3 of 3 from three-point range. One of them was really deep. K-State got up by 15-4. They're rolling. Arizona State, I got to say this, playing with 7 scholarship players, they've had a disaster of a season in terms of discipline and injuries, and their roster's been depleted. Played awfully hard. They played a really good game. K-State shot 50% from the field, got off to a fast start, and yet the Sun Devils kept coming back. But every time Kansas State felt the pressure, it was typically Coleman Hawkins, some Doug McDaniel, huge play by David Gasson in a frustrating game for him with a lot of fouls. But Hawkins, 4 of 9 from three-point range. He had 8 rebounds. He had 10 field goals in this game out of, I think, 17 shots. And yet you're wondering, where is this coming from? Because when I watch Coleman Hawkins play and he plays like this, at this elite level, that's the dude he can be. It's not by chance he has a hot game here and there. It's not like he just elects not to do it. I can't explain it. But this guy has the best set of skills I have seen in a K-State player since Michael Beasley. And he should be a long-term NBA player, but what's probably going to hold him back is the same thing that held him back at Kansas State in his one season. The same reason he's the 4th leading scorer on this team and yet capable of casually putting up 20-plus points. He's just too inconsistent. It's the word that coaches hate. And I'm really excited about Coleman Hawkins having a huge game. Maybe he can do it in this game against Baylor on Wednesday night. But his history would be he'll be pretty quiet. You see, Coleman Hawkins is good enough as a shooter, as a ball handler, as a passer, as a defender, to take over games in a complete fashion. And yet, he struggles a lot, turns the ball over too many times, gets beat back on defense on occasion, and sometimes isn't really focused on the offensive end. He wants to make the plays, but he's just not putting himself in good positions. Yeah, I know, he just stroked the ball. He was shooting it extremely well on Tuesday night. But that's in him, and it's not just a fleeting thing. If you watch Coleman Hawkins play, that can be who Coleman Hawkins is. And you know what it comes down to? It comes down to him deciding, I'm that dude. I'll be the guy. Because I am Coleman Hawkins, and I'm capable of doing it. And if he does that, K-State ain't losing. Not on Wednesday night, and maybe they'll keep winning. I don't know. But holy cow, Coleman Hawkins was good. And I want to see more of it.